And before we get into today's exciting lecture, please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button and notification button, support my channel, and also share my channel with one person you know. And with that being said, let's get down to today's very important live stream lecture. The focus of this lecture is going to be, are you addicted to social media activity? Are you addicted to social media activity? As I present this information, at a certain point, I'm going to pause and give you time to get something to write with and a piece of paper, because there will be a activity at the end of this lecture. So are you addicted to social media lecture? Social media addiction is an unhealthy dependency on interactive platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and all other social media platforms. Like most dependencies, social media addiction manifests as overuse and difficulty in abstaining. Ironically, one common effect of the problem is social isolation. So the thought-provoking, powerful question that I'm going to ask is, how do you know if you are addicted to social media? Signs that you may be addicted to social media include spending a large amount of time on social media, thinking about social media when you are not using it, spending less time doing other activities, hobbies, or spending time with others in order to use social media, using social media to the point that it negatively affects different areas of your life, work, school, relationships, exercising, etc. Experiencing negative feelings like anxiety and irritability when you can't access social media. Using social media as a way to cope with negative emotions, or unfortunately, you got a lot of people out there who is using these social media platforms for therapy, counseling, and etc. Many people wonder how much time is too much to be spending on social media. I've been wanting to do a lecture on this topic for a while. I've done my due diligence. I've done my research. I'm a licensed therapist, and I experience people who have all kinds of addiction: social media addiction, gambling addiction, alcohol addiction, drug addiction, and the list goes on and on. There are currently no official guidelines in this area. However, the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry recommends that children screen time be limited to 1 hour per day, and on the weekends up to 3 hours a day on the weekends. For teens and adults, there is no set amount of time that is right for all people. To determine what is best for you, think about how much time you spend on social media, because you know how much time you're spending on social media. How much of this time is beneficial to you? Does your social media use interfere with other important activities? Does it negatively impact your mental health? And I'm here to tell you. I was having a conversation with someone in the real world, and we was talking about, this social media, people, you being on social media, you on the phone, on all these different social media platforms, that all of this has had a direct impact on employers who have incorporated into their policy where people cannot be on social media when they are at work and when they should be performing the essential functions of their job. On that smartphone, on social media, when they should be doing their job functions on their job, no matter what shift that they work. So a lot of employers have incorporated policies where you can literally lose your job by being on social media and you are supposed to be performing your job functions. These employers are not paying people for 8 hours or 10 hours or how many hours you work to be on social media. They're paying for you to perform your job functions. You know, I work for state government. Although I'm about ready to retire, let me tell you something. You know, the organization that I work for, and I work for a huge organization, they had in their policies for years, and I mean years, and I'm a supervisor. We cannot even bring our cell phone or any type of electronic device in the building. They don't care if it's a smartwatch, smartphone, they have it in policy. We cannot. They don't want it in your pocket, your purse. You cannot bring it anywhere in the building in any shape, form, or fashion, or you will lose your job. And I'm here to tell you. And if you got an office computer, if you think you're going to be on that social media, on that office computer, let me tell you something. They can track that. They can pull that up. IT can pull it up and see where you have been. These jobs are not paying you to be on social media. And how we communicate on the job, and I'm a supervisor, the old-fashioned way, walkie-talkie. There is no phones allowed in the building because employers are getting fed up, and I'm here to tell you. So this is where I'm going to pause briefly, where this activity is going to come into play, the toxic social media activity. Go get something to write with. Go get some paper, because there's a questionnaire I'm going to give. So I'm going to pause and allow you real quick to go get something to write with and some paper. And while you do that, I'm going to enjoy a couple of sips of my coffee. So if you got something to write with and you got a piece of paper, follow these instructions. Go ahead and number your paper 1 through 13 on your paper. 1 through 13. So once you have numbered your paper 1 through 13, I'm going to read out 13 questions, and you are going to either answer yes or no. Be honest. Number 1, do you consume social media mindlessly? Do you consume social media mindlessly? You're going to answer yes or no. Number 2, do you post constantly? Do you post constantly? You're going to answer yes or no. Number 3, has social media changed your habits or opinions? Number 4, do you compare yourself to others needlessly? Do you compare yourself to others needlessly? Number 5, do you get withdrawal when social media is not available? Do you get withdrawal when social media is not available? You're going to answer yes or no. Number 6, is social media the first thing you reach when you are bored or distracted? Is social media the first thing you reach when you are bored or distracted? Number 7, is social media the first thing you do in the morning? Is social media the first thing you do in the morning? Number 8, do you spend hours looking at nonsense on social media? Do you spend hours looking at nonsense on social media? And number 9, do you take photos of literally everything? Do you take photos of literally everything? Number 10, do you hear imaginary notifications? Do you hear imaginary notifications. Number 11, do your friends only contact you via social media? Do your friends only contact you via social media? Number 12, has social media taken over every activity in your life? Has social media taken over every activity within your life? And number 13, do you closely monitor your lights? Do you closely monitor your lights? So if you answered yes to most of the questions, then it is most likely your behavior towards social media is toxic and addicted. And there is counseling a person can get with professional counseling for this type of particular problem. There really is. There's much help you can seek out, because I'm here to tell you, like I was saying, employers are getting fed up. They have policies and procedures in place. I read articles, throughout the years where people have become so addicted to social media to the point they have lost custody of their children, where social services got involved because they were so addicted and glued into social media. They were not cleaning the house was filthy, they were not tending to the kids, they were not feeding their kids. They have literally lost custody of their children because of social media addiction. I have known and read about cases and known of real life cases where people become so addicted to social media, they are getting fired from their job. They're losing their job, not able to now pay their bills because of their social media addiction. No longer able to maintain their livelihood because they ain't got no job. They have lost their job because being so addicted to social media. These are real life issues. You gotta have the ability to declug. You gotta have the ability to strike a balance and enjoy your family. Go out on nature walks, get out and exercise, enjoy that movie or enjoy that meal with your family without that smartphone be glued in your hand. You have conversations with your children and the people in your household, so you can know in real conversation, how was their day, how was their grades, anything they might want to talk about. But if you're so glued to social media, then you're not having those real life conversations with your own people under your roof. Again, this is a very much real topic, and I'm here to tell you. So I hope the audience has gotten something out of this very, very powerful lecture. And please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, support my channel, subscribe to my channel. Also check out my 2 different levels of membership. When you see that join button and when you click it, it'll give you a thorough description of the different levels of memberships. And I'm gonna put in the description of this video, information on how you can go about purchasing my powerful book, Awake Financial Freedom, where I give a powerful testimony on how I rose from the financial destruction. You're going to also see in the description a link to my business website. I'm doing a lot of marketing for my business, Parris and Associates Resource Center, where I'm going to, after I retire in a few months, I'm going to begin to provide professional business coaching services for people who want to hire me to develop their strategic business plan. So check out my business website. Read all the information on my business website. Check out the executed contract. If you have any questions, there's an area on there where you can send me an email and I do respond. The only thing I'm doing right now is just marketing my services for my business, and I'm developing a wait list. My cutoff will be 10 customers, no more than 10. I already currently have 5 people on my wait list. So if that's a service that you think you may want to go into a contract with me to hire me to develop your strategic business plan, let me know and I will get you on that wait list. So that's all I have, ladies and gentlemen. Simplify, Simple Fidelis. And I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.